Nate! Oh my goodness. I don't even know if I can read this title. I don't even think this can go on YouTube. I'm so excited for the stream today. We're gonna be reading some of the worst, the best, the ridiculousness of Reddit today. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited. Okay, here's the title. Am I the asshole for ordering pizza even though we had dinner reservations? Just at like first glance, I'm kind of going with like sort of asshole, but I want to hear their defense. We were supposed to go out with family for dinner, but I was craving pizza all day and I was hungry, so I asked my husband if he would buy me some. We ordered pizza at 5:45 p.m. and we had dinner reservations for 8:30 p.m. When the pizza arrived, everybody wanted some, but my sister was upset because she wanted to go to the restaurant, so she refused to eat any. Nobody wanted to go out after they had eaten the pizza because they were all full. So my dad told my husband he should cancel our reservation. My sister is blaming me for us not going to the restaurant and has accused me of making everything about myself. My parents have tried to speak with her and my dad told her I was pregnant, so I needed to eat when I was hungry, but it's only made her more angry with me. It's difficult to get a reservation at this restaurant that we were supposed to go to, too. So I understand why she was initially upset. We never went as she was excited to go. However, my husband knows the owner and has promised he would make another reservation before we went home. But my sister doesn't want me to be invited as she thinks I'll ruin it again, which I think is an overreaction. You wouldn't be upset? I don't know. I'm kind of going minor asshole. I'm going minor asshole. Like, I think, like, she could have just gotten a snack to hold her over before going out for dinner reservations. Let's see the comments. Let's see the comments. You're the asshole. You could have gotten a single slice or a calzone personal pan pizza if you were craving pizza. I'd be pissed too if I were your sister too. I'll say you're the asshole. How much pizza did she get that fed the whole family? That's at least OP and husband, the two parents, and enough to offer the sister some too. It sounds like she got at least 2 pizzas. That's more than a quick snack for just one person. I also gotta say, how does the whole family decide to eat so much pizza that they can't go out? I'll say OP started it by not getting just a snack for herself and ordering enough just for the whole family meal. But the rest of the family kind of sucks too for all of them eating enough pizza to cancel the plans. Like, she definitely should have gotten a pizza for herself. I think it would be kind of crappy, like everyone was there for a social event, maybe a nicer restaurant, and then they're like, nah, pizza. I don't know. They should have at least gotten their own selves a pizza. But yeah, I think everyone blew it out of proportion. I think the sister's blowing it out of proportion. Those pregnant cravings, I believe, gets really intense and really strong. I've not been pregnant myself, but just from what every single mom has told me, pregnant cravings, being crazy. I mean, at least they can get a reservation in the future. So I don't know. I don't think they're a total asshole. But on the post, they were deemed, you want to know? The asshole. Will we all agree? I do not have the mallet. What is it? A mallet? A gavel. A gavel. I do not have a gavel, but yes. Everyone sucks here. Get the ladle! Oh, do you think I should get the ladle? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I have the ladle of justice. Oh, geez, was that loud? I'm sorry. This thing is very powerful. On to the next Redditor. Am I the asshole for being upset with my boyfriend? I, 29 female, just turned 29 an hour ago. Okay. My boyfriend, 29 male, was in his office space playing video games. I sat at the dining table doing my nails, waiting for him to come out and say happy birthday after midnight. Oh. okay. After 15 minutes and several messages from people I hardly know wishing me a happy birthday, I went to the office to see what was up, and he hadn't come out. He was playing RuneScape and took a minute to acknowledge that I was even there. I stood there looking at him, and he looked at me like I had 8 heads. Whenever he asked me what I needed, I asked if he was going to say happy birthday or not. He laughed, thinking I was joking, still not getting up from his computer chair. By this time, I felt furious at the lack of effort. He said happy birthday without getting up, and I stormed off pissed. Ed. A few minutes later, he came out thinking I was still joking and gave me a half-hearted happy birthday. I made it clear that I was upset with him, and he got super defensive. He's like, I didn't know I had come out right at midnight. And my personal favorite was, I was in the middle of a boss fight. In the end, he ends up being the one upset and storms off to retreat into the office. It's not that I expected to be watching the clock. It kind of does feel that way. It kind of feels like you were trying that you wanted him to say it right at midnight. Come on. Okay, but the efforts would have been nice, especially since he royally f***ed us over last month rent-wise, because he took so many hours off of work that it's even affecting us now. He has not bought me a gift because he doesn't have the money, and everything just fell on my shoulders last month. I don't even care about not getting a present. I just wanted him to care enough to put the games second and get out of his chair. So am I the asshole? Come on. Come on. I'm going to go with asshole. Like, I want to know, how long have they been together? Is this like, I don't know, I feel like 29 is a little too old to be acting this way. Come on. He didn't know it was midnight. He didn't know he had to say it right at midnight. He was doing his thing. I don't know. I don't think he is the asshole. I think she's a little petty. I think she's being very petty. Oh, there is an update. There is an update. The arguments lasted like 20 minutes. As stated in the comments, I have borderline personality disorder and do overreact sometimes. It is a constant emotional battle within myself, and I work on it every day. We talked and I apologized. The end, LOL. Well, I mean, you know what's good is that she at least recognized that she has a problem overreacting. And, you know, that's good. At least she knew. At least she knows that she has an issue overreacting and that she's trying to work on it. On to the next post. I'm so excited. Am I the asshole if I don't want my brother involved with my child's life? We will use you soon. My 36 female brother, 40 male, has autism, which he uses as an excuse for any bad action that he has done. I dealt with a lot of abuse from him ever since I can remember. Much of my life was actually based around him. Activities, the food we ate, bedtime, driving age, dating age, until I was 24 and left home. In recent times, he got more abusive verbally, and I went very low contact with him. My parents, for the longest time, sided with him, thinking that because of his disability, he could not lie. Oh, that ain't true. Anyone can lie. Anybody. Anyone can do it. So they believed all of his lies until they realized his stories didn't make sense. My father had threatened to sue me for harassing my brother at one point, when he was the one harassing me. I am pregnant now, 19 weeks in. My family keeps asking whenever I will forgive him and let him back into my life. His way of saying sorry is to grumble sorry and immediately repeats the abuse. Honestly, I don't want him anywhere near me, nor my baby. They are constantly guilting me, making me feel like I need to forgive him. I needed the toxic cycle to stop, and since I stopped talking to him and have been much more at peace, my husband has been supportive of me through all of this. So yeah, am I the asshole here? I'm gonna go with not the asshole here. There's just so finicky. This is so sensitive here, okay? Because there's high functioning autism and then there's very low functioning autism. So I don't know, they don't say what kind of spectrum that this person is, if they are high functioning or low functioning. So it's really hard to gauge. I can't really say the brother is entirely the asshole because I don't know for sure. But that being said, I don't think OP has to put up with the abuse of that. Like, because that's what it is. Like, they're saying how, like, they, throughout the entire lives, their parents never believed them, always trusted the brother, pretty much just, like, anything that this poor sister has done, nothing, like, they couldn't do anything about it, because whatever the brother said was law at this point, because the parents never believed the brother could be in the wrong. Honestly, I wouldn't even blame OP for saying I don't even want the parents in their life, you know? I'm gonna go with not the asshole. Perfect. It is okay to kick out a toxic family member for the betterment of your life. I promise you. You will be so much happier if you do. If you are wondering, if you are waiting for a sign for you to cut out a toxic family member of your life, this is your sign. Right here. Right here is your sign. I caught my hand in my hair, but this is your sign. Do it. There we go. But wait, there's more. Oh, it's an NSFW. Nate! Oh my goodness. I don't even know if I can read this title. I don't even think this can go on YouTube, guys. I feel bad for my ladle. Okay. Time I f***ed up by c***ing into a coconut. What? This time I f***ed up didn't happen today, but quite a few years back for obvious reasons. I'm using a throwaway account, as my family knows my main Reddit username. Alright. Anyway, around 8 years back, I lived in northern Mozambique, a coastal southern African country with quite a warm climate. My mother at that time was going through a health nut phase and only buying foods she deemed was healthy enough. One of these was coconuts. She would buy several coconuts a week to use in food from a local market. Anyway, being a teenager, I f***ed regular intervals. What are you having me read? Unfortunately, there was some severely stressful examinations coming up for me, and as such, my f***ing reached a higher peak than usual, and I was feeling pretty sexually frustrated. No, you were f***ing all the time. How are you sexually frustrated? One day, I hear that my mother is going to be out for pretty much the entire afternoon. Me decides that it would be a fantastic idea to f*** a coconut. Honestly, to this day, I can't fathom why I thought that would be a good idea, but my train of thought back then was clearly somewhat clogged. He was definitely thinking with a different head. I end up grabbing the coconut drill, and through 20-ish minutes of concerted effort, ends up creating a hole large enough for me to stick my porker into. Why? Why the visual? Why the visual, though? I decided it requires some lube and grabbed the nearest slippery thing, some butter? We were just talking about not buttering people. Nate, no! Can you imagine how we were just talking about not buttering? Nearest slippery thing, some butter before shoving it into the coconut, followed shortly by my meat. I f*** the coconut and it actually feels pretty damn good. So I my shove the coconut under my bed and continue about my day. For the next week, the coconut is my savior. Whenever I want to get off, I simply take it, it in its delightfully tight hole, made better each time by accumulating volumes of my and butter acting as lubricant. It is heaven. The amount of cringe on my face right now. Okay. Now, before I continue, I'd best mention that at the time our area was experiencing quite humid, muggy weather, which exasperated an already existing fly problem. Disgustingly fat, bloated flies were commonly found around our house, and the exterminators couldn't really do anything because it was a localized area problem that would go away in the winter. About a week and a bit after the initial coconut, I had been using it pretty much every day since then. I began to notice a few more flies than usual, as well as an odd, unpleasant smell about my room. Must be the coconut, right? So I decide that I'll f it once more before I throw it out and get a new one. Worst mistake I have ever made. You see, the reason for the increased number of flies was the coconut was evidently, in hindsight, a nearly perfect place to lay eggs. As I the coconuts one last time, I begin to feel a strange wiggling sensation. Puzzled, I pull my out to discover that it is covered in rotten and moldy butter and teeming with tiny maggots. They were wiggling all over my head, and some were even trying to force their way up my I screamed. I'm screaming and threw the coconut against the wall, which made the situation worse by spilling the contents. Hours of vigorous scrubbing, vomiting, and cleaning the remnants were spent reflecting on what the I was doing with my life. Never again. Never again. TLDR. Don't coconuts. Edit. Jesus, this exploded. I'm glad my maggoty experience made some people laugh. I sure cry every time I think back to it. Edit 2. Rip inbox. This is disgusting. This was absolutely disgusting. Edit 3. Thanks for the gold. It eases my shame a little. I'm thinking of doing an Ask Me Anything for you more curious individuals. No, I'm not. I'm not more curious, thank you. Maybe if the post hits 10K, it's quite uncomfortable to discuss though, as the visceral memories come back. Edit 4, my shame has never been this large. 47.1K upvotes. My story of coconut permanently etched into Reddit history, Lord save me. Wow. That was a horrible experience. Thank you. I can never get this out of my brain.